Hi, I'm Lanny, and this is Preserving Today. Something that's become a really big deal online recently is what is considered a healthy fat. For years, people thought saturated fat was unhealthy, which included animal fats, and a healthier alternative would be seed oils, which were never called seed oils before. We knew them as vegetable oils, sometimes in liquid form for frying in a pan, and other times hydrogenated in the form of a margarine or spread. So now you might have heard, seed oils aren't good for us anymore. Yesterday, seed oils were really good for us and they were fine, and today they're not. You might have noticed the same thing happened with egg yolks like 60 times. Egg yolks are the staff of life, and it's the most delicious and nutritious food possible one day. And the next day, the news is telling us that it's literal poison that is clogging our arteries and murdering our families. Maybe things are never that dramatic, but something that could be considered an industrial waste is probably less healthy for you to consume than something that is in nature. So that's all I'm gonna say on the health of seed oils. I want to share this video with you from a home cook perspective and not a nutrition and health perspective. These natural fats taste really good and they perform well in the kitchen. But to have things on hand, shelf stable, just like when you have a bottle of your corn oil that you're gonna cook with, or your cooking spray that you're gonna spray on your pan, we need those things to be convenient for us to grab and use, or we're never gonna make the change to do something differently after we've created a habit for so long. Refined seed oils are anything like vegetable oil, corn oil. Before I used those to cook in my house, now that I've changed my way of looking at things, I look for butter, ghee, clarified butter, tallow, lard, coconut oil, olive oil, even duck fat or other kinds of animal fat, schmaltz like chicken fat. So a few things to consider if you're swapping out seed oils for natural fats. And that is, what are you using that seed oil for? And if it's for something that is cooking, you have to consider how hot your cooking is, because all fats and oils have a smoke point, which just means when the oil will start to smoke and burn. And you don't want to smoke and burn an oil, obviously, for taste reasons, but let's keep it simple and talk about how I swapped my seed oils for natural fats. Number one is you're probably already using olive oil in your house if you are a person that's eating conventionally healthy, because olive oil has been considered a healthy oil for a long time. But more recent times we've realized that some of these olive oils might not be what they say they are, and they might be cut with other oils. Get your olive oil from a good source and then take note to how refined your olive oil is. First pressing olive oil is called extra virgin olive oil, and then you have virgin olive oil, and then you have light tasting olive oil or pomace oil, which is more refined. So if you want to use olive oil for like salad dressing, get the good extra virgin olive oil. And if you want it for cooking, you can get virgin olive oil, but just try to make sure it's from a place that you trust. So again, use your olive oil usually for cold applications like salad dressing. Just keep in mind that olive oil has kind of a strong taste, especially the extra virgin olive oil. So if you're going to use it for salad dressing, great, like a vinaigrette. But if you want to use it for mayonnaise, it's going to make it a really strong taste. And that's why I'm still dependent on the avocado oil for my mayonnaise recipe, even though I'd rather not be. Now, coconut oil is a really good oil to use for popping popcorn. It's actually what they use in movie theater popcorn, or they used to. Now it's that plus Flavacol and all these colors and everything else. But using some coconut oil and turmeric and salt on popcorn is really tasty. It gives it that vibrant yellow color that you want from movie theater popcorn, but without poison in it. So that's nice. I use coconut oil for making certain salves, for some of my soap recipes, for other skincare stuff, and lip balm. It's baking if I'm baking for someone who has a dairy allergy who can't have butter. It's a great replacement for butter if you can't have butter. One of the difficulties with swapping seed oil for natural fat is the fact that you can't just pour a lot of saturated fat, right? If your house isn't super warm, these things are going to be solid and you have to scoop them and then you're dirtying a spoon. So what I did is I actually melted down my coconut oil. I poured it into an ice cube mold and froze them. And now I keep a bag of frozen cubes of coconut oil in my freezer. So when I need a couple tablespoons of coconut oil, it's already measured out. I know exactly how much it is, and I just grab a cube from my freezer. Another place that I used vegetable oil or seed oil in my cooking at home, and that was the hardest one for me to get rid of, was the non-stick cooking spray so that your food doesn't stick. And I was like, how do you butter a casserole dish? Well, you can get a stick of butter and wipe it all over, but it was messy and it took longer. So the quickest and easiest thing I found is to take my container of lard, open it up, and get a clean rag or a clean paper towel and get a little on there and then wipe the thing down. And that is just as good as the cooking spray ever was, and it doesn't taste weird. Lard is a really neutral flavor cooking fat. It's really good in baking, like pie crusts and things like that. It can be a replacement for just about anything you want to have no flavor but a mid smoke point. Another place that I needed to replace seed oils was any deep frying. And I rarely do deep frying because I think it's messy and time consuming and I have to stand next to it on the stove. So it's not something I do very often, but when I do, tallow is the way to go. Again, tallow is rendered beef fat. I do render my own beef fat and I have a video on how I do that. This stuff works great. You scoop it out, it melted into the pan, it has a super high smoke point, and it's the best flavored French fries, fried chicken, anything that you wanted, even donuts, fried in tallow is the best thing you'll ever have. Light, not greasy, delicious. I also use tallow for a lot of body products. I make soap with tallow as well as tallow body balm. You can see how I make my whipped tallow body butter in this other video below that I have linked in the video description and here. Next up, we have something that you're also probably familiar with, butter. Yes, real butter. I prefer grass-fed butter. Kerrygold is a common brand that you can find in most stores. Even Costco has a Kirkland brand that's 95% grass-fed. Butter, as you probably know, is good for baking, for creaming with sugar, making cookies, melting down to put on your popcorn, and although you might get soggy popcorn, and there's a trick to that, which I'll explain in just a minute, but butter tastes good. So butter is really great spread onto bread or put onto your pancakes or waffles or anything like that where you need to use it as a topping. Butter is delicious. I put butter in a frying pan sometimes to make eggs, but just make sure the frying pan's not too hot. Butter's smoke point is about 302 degrees Fahrenheit. But you can take butter and make clarified butter or ghee. And clarified butter is just butter that's been melted and then had the milk solids poured off. And those milk solids are what would burn at 302 degrees. So if you remove those, then you're left with a butter oil, and that has a higher smoke point. Clarified butter's smoke point is more like 482 degrees, so it makes it wildly different, and you can actually saute things in a frying pan with clarified butter or ghee. And the difference between clarified butter and ghee is clarified butter just removes the milk solids, where ghee actually cooks down the milk solids first before straining them out. So it gets this really delicious nutty flavor. It's used a lot in Indian cooking. Ghee is different than butter, where it's pretty hard at room temperature, and so it does need to be scooped out with a spoon. But it works super well for a lot of things. And if you want the butter flavor on your popcorn, but you don't want your popcorn to get soggy, ghee is where it's at. It's really simple to throw out that bottle of corn oil and to replace it with any of these. You don't have to get them all at once. I know you're not gonna go out and buy a big chunk of beef fat if you don't normally cook and then render that down to make tallow, but consider just buying some and trying to cook with it. Are you still using margarine? because the easiest one here is to swap that with a stick of butter. Those behave basically the same, except you can leave your butter on the counter. It doesn't have to be kept in the fridge. If you're using canola oil in your salad dressings, swap that out for olive oil and start using that today. That's another easy one. If you're using corn oil, vegetable oil, seed oil for your frying, swap that out with coconut oil because that's super easy to find. You can get organic coconut oil at Costco or many stores. If you have access to things like lard or tallow, you can give that a try for the same thing. A lard pie crust can't be beat. And French fries fried in tallow might be the best thing you've ever had, but you won't know until you try. Those industrial seed oils are questionable, and it can be hard to deal with when you're faced with something that's just part of your life and your routine to make changes. But it doesn't have to be difficult to make those changes in your own home. The really hard part is that if mostly what you're eating is packaged food, deli food, or restaurant food, you pretty much can't escape the seed oils in those things. But what you do have control over is how you cook in your home. So you can toss that bottle of vegetable oil, canola oil, corn oil into the trash and replace it with any one of these fats and see how you like it. If you're like me, you'll feel better and things will taste better than ever before. If you have anything to add, if you have any corrections, like I got something wrong here, or you have questions, please leave them in the comments. I'm always happy to continue the conversation there. I'm Lanny, and this was Preserving Today.